This presentation is on the strategic management of the Four Seasons brand. The topics covered in this presentation will cover the history of Four Seasons, strategic management, non-strategic management, risk, and recommendations. The history of Four Seasons. Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts is a high-end global luxury brand which was started in Canada in 1961 by a young architect and builder, Isidore Sharp, and his father. This entrepreneurial family company took steps to expand and develop their brand from building their first hotel to expanding to 3 more that decade, with a focus on developing a high-quality service and guest experience. The company took steps towards globalization in the 1970s, where they opened a hotel in London, UK, where they pioneered many of the signature Four Seasons services. They also developed more properties in Canada and entered into the US. As the company's portfolio grew to over a dozen in the US through the 1980s, their success as a brand got them recognition as the hospitality leader by the 1990s. During this time, the company transformed itself from a hotel owner-operator to a management company by franchising their brand. They then began to extend on their expertise into a mixed-use development of high-quality residential environments. Anticipating the need for exotic destinations for leisure, this entrepreneurial company expanded its portfolio internationally to resorts throughout Europe and Asia, seeking to dominate the global hospitality industry. In its 5th decade, year 2000 till present, Four Seasons continued to grow globally in size and reputation. It now has 50 properties in its portfolio, with locations on every continent except Antarctica. The brand now encompasses private clubs and residences, promising a brand of quality. Four Seasons have shown strategic management through their development from the first owner-operator enterprise in Canada to the 50 property management portfolio they have today. From their history, assumptions can be made as to whether decisions to expand, innovate, and divest from owner-operator into a management company have been an intended or emergent strategic decision. Four Seasons divested in some properties in the 1980s from a hotel owner-operator to become a management company. Looking at the direction the Four Seasons company was developing in, the divestment indicates a much more strategic plan. To move from a demanding owner-operated orientation into a diversified and international management company, freeing up capital and resources to expand and develop further. This demonstrated a resourceful and clever way of releasing capital and ownership, but still retaining the property in the management portfolio. Strategically, this could be seen as an intended action to develop and expand the company. However, the strategy might have been emergent in response to finding financial security. In the 1990s was the first recession. During this first recession, Four Seasons were transitioning into a management company and expanding throughout the globe, releasing capital in owned properties and utilizing the successful brand and reputation built in the USA as a leader in the hospitality and leisure industry, enabling them to build on management opportunities by franchising their brand. This management rather than ownership strategy enabled the company to invest and manage a property without financing the initial ownership, reducing borrowings and interest rates, again protecting the company in a recession. In 1992, Four Seasons entered into Asia, and the acquisition of Regent International Hotels in Asia soon followed, boosting the management portfolio. This may have been in response to the competitors Shangri-La and Mandarin Oriental, who were entering into the Western world, who were already established in the East. Four Seasons started to take on high-profile investors and became listed on the stock exchange in the late 1990s, probably as a way of securing investment and building security during the recession. The planning and design of building a strong operation and management for an international franchising brand would mean this strategy would have needed a focused and intended strategic plan in order to minimize risk. During the second recession in 2007, the company secured a deal that made it once again a private-owned company between two high-profile investors, Bill Gates, and Prince Al Walid bin Talal, with the Sharp family retaining significant share in the company and operating involvement. This would be why after this period, reports were no longer publicly published, given the benefit of allowing privacy in a highly competitive market. Limiting shareholders and being able to be selective on who came into partnership allowed the aims and objectives of the company, Sharp family, and these two new investors to align easier than a larger, random mix of public investors. Also, these two high-profile investors had financial security and successful business experience of their own, which gives more opportunity for further investment and development of the business. Four Seasons made their objectives based on customers and the need to provide excellent service and quality to satisfy them. Looking at reputation and branding, Four Seasons have regularly won the Best Employer Award and are recognised for continually placing value on their employees, offering a number of non-financial benefits to being part of their company. This is a goldmine of opportunity, as it again adds value to the job, for job satisfaction, giving good customer care, resulting in customer satisfaction. Four Seasons have a strong emphasis on the value of their employees, their biggest asset. They believe in the ethical and valued work culture and understand that the employees are key to the satisfaction of customers through delivery of service. This intended strategic human resource management offers value to the employees through benefits but also through training. Internal communication and understanding in all related departments is given through job rotations at recruitment, through internships and manager and training programs, building on the functional flexibility of employees, benefiting the company with higher productivity, flexibility, and employee loyalty, and also creates an internal labour market, saving on long-term recruitment costs. In the service industry, employees are intrinsic to customer satisfaction, so Four Seasons utilise a bottom-up interactive process to involve employees and engage them in constant development, enforcing an emphasis on quality throughout the whole organisation. Not only have Four Seasons been recognised for their high quality and luxury branding, they also believe in treat others how you would wish to be treated yourself, respectfully trading and working with suppliers, local workforces and communities. With the increased awareness of the need to make conscientious decisions about the environment and local community, Four Seasons have a corporate social responsibility strategy and even offer their own website based on the conservation and community projects that they do worldwide involving their employees. The Four Seasons non-strategic operations are at the discretion of the individual hotels. This service culture at Four Seasons, in meeting the requirements and needs of the guests, would offer modifications to treatments to focus on specific results or the spa journey to accommodate a customer's time or health restriction on using certain facilities or treatments. Some locations not only offer the internationally known product and treatment brand such as Spa or Elemis, as set out by the strategic management, but also offer a product range and treatments native to the country or region as part of a multi-country organisation. The employees within the spa offer a thorough consultation, identifying the key areas the customer would like to gain beneficial results, whether it is a reduction in fine lines around the eyes, release in tension in the shoulders, or a chance to relax and truly unwind, escaping from daily issues. In order to achieve this, they must have been adequately trained in the delivery of treatments, product knowledge, and to smoothly operate the spa journey and maintain the spa environment to an exceptional standard, all through daily quality control supported by strategic implementation of training and management. The appetite for risk demonstrated by Four Seasons appeared quite high, especially in the past when the business was growing, developing the business model and portfolio, and becoming globalized into the company is today. However, the appetite for risk on the customer service and human resource management side would appear to be less, as the company focuses on consistently high standards and high levels of service. The culture of the company, being entrepreneurial by nature, is what had driven this high appetite in the beginning, but now the company is maturing over the years, and establishing itself as one of the leaders in the service industry, the need for risk and change from the developed and tried and tested business model would appear less. The only apparent high risk taken now would be further global expansion. Isidore Sharp has demonstrated entrepreneurship in the creation and development of Four Seasons. Being entrepreneurial comes with the personal aspect of risk-taking in order to develop opportunities. In order to eliminate uncertainty for these new ideas, time, money and resources would need to be refocused from standard duties into testing and researching. The company's resources would have needed to be reallocated to incorporate this, possibly putting pressure on the other areas of operations. The company would also need to enable a transfer of knowledge within the company, developing the company's entrepreneurial capabilities, supporting the flexibility needed to allow for entrepreneurial activity such as buying properties abroad, and changing the whole concept of the company from owner-occupier into management, and also at some point introducing and implementing the strategic human resource management they practice today. Part of the development of a strong service culture requires the systematic implementation of job rotations that would require firm understanding and coordination of the job roles and intervals of training and staffing levels across departments. There is risk of poor service in these changeovers and demotivation and insecurity within the employees as they face higher pressures in each rotation, leaving security and familiarity in the previous role. The pressure of this kind of strategy is overcome by offering excellent non-financial benefits to staying within the Four Seasons team and structured and guided training programs minimizing mistakes and poor service. Globally franchising a brand such as Four Seasons has its risk when maintaining the operations and management of the brand at a high service quality across countries with differing legislation, education and resources. Conflict in these could mean a damaged reputation if strict quality control is not adhered to. This could be due to poor franchising choice or overexpansion, leading to loss of control or inability to manage and keep quality of franchise contracts under control. Four Seasons endeavoured to become internationally successful by having a globalized strategy, overcoming the challenges in operating in international regions, such as meeting supply requirements within the country, social and cultural difference, adhering to government policies on taxation, and the exchange in currency and infrastructure issues. Four Seasons had demonstrated an appetite for risk, but manages it well with the entrepreneurial approach and strategy to change. In order to manage this change and maintain quality of service, which is what Four Seasons base their competitive advantage, they train and value their employees as key producers in the delivery process and continually develop them and develop with the company. The company seems to be in control with strategic management of the finances and human resources, as it demonstrated by their expanding success. The only recommendations that could be offered for future strategies would be that of the longer-term future, investing and developing its environmental sustainable management, offering yet another dimension to the leading reputation of service to customers, service to the employees and community, and service to the environment. Four Seasons already does a lot of projects supporting wildlife conservation, supporting local communities, and offsetting the carbon footprint of their hotels and resorts. But there is room for further development in this area, that of operating and designing better energy efficient spas and hotels. This marks the end of my presentation. Thank you.